McClure was first. Jack, your prize for being first is Pinworm Nate is going to give you a hand job. What are my thoughts on Greek yogurt? If you get some smelly pussy, pack her pussy full of Greek yogurt and it'll kill the yeast infection. Yeah, I'm done driving for the day. Fucking glare is annoying. Nate has never put me in my place, you clown. I'll tell you what, Nate gets a little weird when he drinks. At Lou's party, he got a little weird. Oh, man. What's up, Holmes? Confirm you were at the Iowa truck stop, largest in the world. Yeah, I've been to the Iowa 80, 999 parking spots for semis. Nate is the weirdest drunk I've ever seen, and Olivia acting like she is some freak. I'd like to hear Olivia's views on her sexual morality. You know, people in Europe are a lot more liberal. Like, she might not believe in being monogamous when she's away from Nate. She might think it's morally okay to have more than one partner. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, why get mad? Just be tolerant. No, I've never been to Bev Francis's Powerhouse. It's definitely on one of my to-do lists. I heard it's just incredible. I think Trump can win Nevada. He barely lost Nevada in 2016. And the fucking the service industry people in Las Vegas are so pissed at their Democrat governor for the COVID-19 restrictions that I think a lot of those people are going to vote Republican for the first time in their life. States with idiot governors like Michigan, North Carolina, I think Trump's going to fucking clean up in those states because people hate their Democratic governors due to what they did to them in COVID-19. Now, I don't think Trump has a chance in California, New York, or New Jersey, but I'll bet he's going to do better in those three states than he did in 2016. Trump's definitely got more support in California than he did 4 years ago. I think New York, too. How about Chicago's mayor? Man, does she look like a fucking crackhead. I didn't know she was a fucking lesbian. I mean, come on, man. What kind of woman would want to be with that woman? I mean, I could understand some nasty old dude fucking her, but I mean, she ain't getting no cute woman. Who'd want to eat that bitch's pussy? Do you wake up drunk? No, you idiot. Yeah, it just sucks that California's 55 electoral college votes. You know, when on election Tuesday, you know, the Democrats start out with New York, New Jersey, and fucking California. That's goddamn got to be 100 electoral college votes right there. California's 55. So it's tough to win. You know, the Democrats think they want to do away with the electoral college, but they don't understand. They start out with a fucking head start on election morning with New York, New Jersey, and California. That's hard to come. You know, not to end New England, but those states are little, but still. Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio should be red as well. Yeah, I mean, he won all three of those states in 2016. I don't see Trump losing a state that he won in 2016. And I think he's going to pick up 2 to 3 more, like Nevada, Minnesota, maybe they split Maine in half. I think Trump won half of Maine last time. I think he can win it all. I think he needs to pick up the 2nd congressional district of Maine, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be 3 if he picks up Nevada, Minnesota, and the 2nd congressional district of Maine. That's what I'm predicting. Trump picks up 3 states, or really 2.5. The water is turning the frogs gay. I don't know. Do frogs even have a cock? I've never seen a frog cock or frog balls. So how can they be gay if they don't have a cock? Pretty hard to be sucking dick when there ain't no dick to suck. Lord Cresva, I'm not even going to read that comment. Brad doesn't even like it when I read comments because he knows I do that on purpose. I read comments that you guys post so that I don't have to be responsible for the one saying them. I'm just repeating what you guys type. Brad doesn't think that's fair. So I don't want to piss off Brad. He's got tattoos and stuff. Order 66, Bob Hoffman and Bev Francis. That's a horrible thing to say, bro. Rowdy man. Order 66, rowdy man, for talking shit about Bob Hoffman. What do you guys think? Is it fair to read comments? Thoughts on Alex Jones? I love Alex Jones. He's a fucking lunatic. I think Alex Jones should hire me as a personal trainer. Alex Jones needs to put on a couple of pounds of muscle. Really, he's already a decent sized guy. I just think if he trained a little bit, he would be even funnier. Because then I think that would affect his attitude, especially if we got him on some juice. No, if comments are too out there, I'm not going to read them. But trust me, you guys are free to fucking write whatever the fuck you want. Holy shit, some hot chick just sent me something on Facebook Messenger. I must be getting catfished. Whenever I get a message from an extremely hot chick on Messenger, you know you're being catfished. I mean, obviously I'm a very handsome man, and what woman wouldn't want me? But when I see a chick that like is good looking enough to be a model and she's messaging me on Messenger, I know it's bullshit. Send doodle. Let me get it hard first. Has Livia ever farted in front of you? No. I wish Nate would grow a sack and fucking dump her. Jay, thoughts on Masteron? I've gone over Masteron quite a bit in the past. Masteron is what I call a luxury item. It really doesn't do much, but it does whatever you're taking it with. It makes that work better. Like Masteron and EQ is going to work way better. EQ and Masteron and Deca, not only is the Deca going to work better, but you're not going to get as many or as severe of the Deca side effects. Masteron pretty much protects your titties. It's one of the benefits of Masteron. You might lose your hair, but you're not going to get bitch tits on Masteron. And it really makes EQ perform so much better. Because, see, EQ it is not really androgenic enough. You really got to take a decent amount of test to get gains on EQ. Like, men, if you take EQ only with no test, I don't even think it would work. Well, I know I used to have well, it's hard to tell when you lose your hair in your 40s. What's the reason? Is it genetic? Is it drug use? Was I not taking enough finasteride? Maybe I should have done more DHT blocker. I don't know. But I personally think that but I never had access to Masteron until, I don't know, somewhat recently, like maybe 5 years. And I think once I started doing Masteron, that's when my hair got thin quick. But I was also, that's also when I was turning like 45 years old. Do you think you'll ever see Nate again? I'll probably see Nate before I ever see Brad again. Brad is really bitch hurt. Yeah, I think hitting the heavy bag would be good for me because I've got enough muscle. If I just burn some fucking calories hitting the heavy bag, I think I would get solid as fuck. I'll tell you what though, you ain't hitting the heavy bag on Trent. It's fucking hard to breathe on fucking Trent. But I'll tell you what, if any of you guys are considering using Tren, the best advice I can give you is go buy a CPAP. Even if you don't have sleep apnea, using a CPAP will cut down on the side effects of Tren, like the insomnia and the difficulty breathing while lying down flat. Like, how many of you guys can't breathe when you lie flat on your fucking back? Like, I sleep on my side. I can't sleep on my stomach like a bitch. And I can't sleep flat on my back either. I have to sleep on my side. But sometimes when I try and watch television in bed, just being on my back, it's difficult to fucking breathe on your back. And when you're on Tren, forget about it. Forget about fucking laying on your back watching TV. Forget about it. You better be in a recliner. You ain't laying flat on your fucking back. You start getting I call it respiratory anxiety because it's very similar to anxiety, but what happens is you start to think about your breathing, and where breathing should be involuntary, you start thinking about your breathing, and it causes insane insomnia. So I stolen duck. I sleep flat on my back. No, you don't. You're a duck. You fucking sit on the nest, you asshole. Jay, elevate your legs. I wish I could. I'm telling you, the best feeling in the world on trend is being in a recliner. What about dynamic effort speed box squats? I think there's something there, bro. You're on the right track. You could gain a lot of strength doing those. But let me add two things to what you just brought up. I would do them with the safety squat bar, you know, the one where you put your hands on the handles here. And I wouldn't use all dead weight. I would do chains. So I would do safety squat bar with chains, box squats, and I would do dynamic effort. And I think you could really develop some fucking power doing them that way. Jay, do you think Brad is watching this stream? I have no idea. I don't think Brad watches me. I don't think he's like that. I think Brad gets enough of you fags sending him clips to piss him off that he doesn't even need to watch me. In fact, I mentioned that last night, that you guys will edit the clip and then send it to Brad just to make him even more pissed off. I know what you're doing. Oh. Brad is scared of Lenny's belly. I am too. I'll tell you one thing that me, Brad, and Lenny all have in common is we all have the same hernia. Read this comment. The extremely bald major of Antarctica is out of duffel-striped Wednesday avocados. I don't know what the fuck that means. That's got to... Duffel-striped Wednesday avocados. DSWA. DSWA. That's got to mean something. I probably just activated some secret agent like a Jason Bourne. That's his trigger. Now he has to kill. I love Jason Bourne. You know what I love even more than Jason Bourne is Phil on Duck Dynasty when they go to fucking Hawaii and they can't get Phil to leave the fucking hotel room because he's watching a Jason Bourne marathon. That's just outstanding. Oh, God, is that good. Oh, you got this Louisiana fucking hillbilly in Hawaii. I mean, Hawaii's got to be a wonderful fucking place. I'll probably never go because I'm not going to fly that far. But if I was in Hawaii, I would be fucking having a blast. I love the water and the sun. And there's fucking Phil in paradise, and he won't leave the hotel room because Jason Bourne is on. That's outstanding. Oh, then Uncle Si on the fucking Segway. Oh, fuck me. Oh, that scene where they're on Segways and Uncle Si wipes out. Fuck. Oh. Oh. I love Duck Dynasty. That's America right there. I'm not seeing the comments. Yeah, it's stuck on that stupid comment about the bald fucking... Jay, you're a good dude. Pain in the balls, but a good guy. You got a friend in Tampa. Well, thank you, Michael Valdez. Are you related to Juan Valdez? Why is conservative Cuban provoking the trolls? Good question. Conservative Cuban does not have any fucking fear. He's gonna learn one way or another. The conservative Cuban is gonna come out of this a more educated man. Now, really, I've only seen him calling out Gorilla Juice, or but Gorilla Juice doesn't have a Gorilla Juice account anymore. The coward is using that Hobo Splendido, and then a whole bunch of other fucking accounts, like Mr. Michigan fucking Blue. That's a fucking Gorilla Juice account. That guy needs to be fucking vanquished from the Genovaverse. I really, when McCuck doxed him, and Gorilla Juice started doxing the other Misfits as retaliation for what McCuck did, I really got upset with McCuck, because basically that's what got my mom drawn into the piss-filled waters of Lake Cressida. Was Gorilla Juice. But my mom is so oblivious to the fucking internet, because she is a genuine boomer, that she doesn't even know she's been doxxed. See, that's the funny thing. If you're a boomer, you don't even know you've been doxxed. You're clueless. Like, McCringe was doing it strictly for research purposes. I don't know. Now, does anybody have any screenshots of when McCuck doxed our friend Andrew from Wales? Because I'm not a boomer, bro. I'm born in '69. I'm a Generation X. I am the epitome of X. I may be a little young for a Generation Xer, but I am a Generation Xer. My parents were boomers. My parents were both born in 1950. I was born in '69. My parents are the epitome of boomers, born 5 years after the conclusion of World War II. Welsh are the PMs of the UK. Yeah. Nah, you're teetering on boomer. Yeah, some people might say that Gen X doesn't start until 1970, but most people say boomer only goes to like 1964. Okay? So, what do you call, people that are born 64 through 69, basically the Lyndon B. Baines Johnson era, we really don't have a home. We're not boomers. We're not really Generation X. Because calling someone born in fucking 69 a boomer is a stretch. Because, shit, we had fucking computers in my 8th grade. At my junior high, when I was in 8th grade, we were the first ones to get on those early IBMs and the Apple II, which was for the special needs kids. They put all the stupid kids on the Apple II because they were easier to use. You are not Gen X. Okay, why don't you guys do a little research and come out with some credible fucking sources and tell me what the range is. I'm telling you, boomers are 1945 to like 1962 or 4, okay? You can't take boomers all the way out to 1970. Give me a break. Because I'm an angry tadpole boomer. Boomers till 64. Is that what you just found, Lefty Nero? Did you just research that? 1946 to 1964 is boomers. I agree with that. But I don't think Generation X started in 64. I really don't. I've always, when they first came out with that name, Generation X, I didn't want to be associated with it. And so I was one of the big proponents that, look, I was born in the 60s. I'm not Generation X. You know, Generation X started, that's people born after 1970. So I see the argument that I'm not Generation X because I'm one of the people that used to make that argument. In fact, I probably started that argument that 1969 is not Generation X. Because I really didn't, back then when they first coined the term Generation X, it wasn't really cool to be Generation X because I always thought those kids born after me are a lot weaker. Boomer traits. Yeah, I've got boomer traits. That's because I'm a fucking conservative. But I'm not really that conservative because I'm not conservative on everything. Like I'm somewhat libertarian on marijuana laws, and really I really don't spend too much time worrying about abortion. Like, you know, I mean, so I since I'm so soft on pot and soft on abortion, I don't think you could call me a strict conservative. Now, this is a bad camera angle for titties. Trust me, if I had a different camera mount, I would be looking up at the camera like an Instagram twat. A coomer, a groomer. I don't know what that is. Yeah, if you notice chubby girls on Instagram are always holding the camera up like this, yeah, makes you look thinner when you look up at the camera. All right, so we've established I'm not a boomer. And if someone tells me I'm not a Generation X, I'll probably, I can't argue because I used to claim I wasn't. I was like, no, I'm born in 69. That shit starts in 70. So what do you call people from 65 to 69? Whatever picture a chick sends you is their best picture. Oh, absolutely. But I do the same fucking shit. Brennan Eason, 335 for 10 on the bench press. Okay, you can stop posting that. But by the way, you're a complete pussy because with those kind of numbers, you could blow up 405 for an easy fucking single. If you can't blast 405 for a ridiculously fucking easy single, like, and I mean good bar speed, like wham, you're a pussy. 335 for 10. Get the fuck out of here. I want you to pyramid up a little bit. Do like maybe you need to do a dynamic effort day, and And then your next workout, maybe do like 365 for like 3 sets of 3 or something like that. Peak your strength a little bit. Peak your strength with like a heavy 3 sets of 3. And maybe do a couple of dynamic effort speed bench workouts. And then come back to me with a video of you blasting the fuck out of 405. I don't care what you can get for 10 reps. Fuck. Ooh, he got 3 plates for 10 reps. Whoa. 4 plates, bitch. That's what separates the men from the boys in the gym. Early Xer with boomer tendencies. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, because I'm somewhat of a, you know, I'm a bigot. I'm sexist. You know, a lot of Generation Xers are not bigots or sexists. See, I admit I'm a bigot. I just don't think I'm a racist, because if I meet a decent black person, you know, I can get to know them and be cool with them and even be friends with them. Whereas but see, that's the thing. I am prejudiced because I got to think that way. Like, oh, I can meet a good black person. See what I'm saying? Like, if you got to put the word good in front of another race for you to like them, you're prejudiced. Like, well, I'm not racist. I like good black people. You're prejudiced as fuck because you had to put the word good in there. Everybody likes good black people. You don't need to say that. Everybody likes good white people. Everybody likes good Chinamen. I'm not racist. I got 4 black tires and a colored TV. That's funny as fuck. That's so old. That's like a fucking boomer joke, bro. So if you're one of those people that says, I like good black people, no, you're not racist, but you're prejudiced as a motherfucker. Because if you weren't prejudiced, you could just say, I like good people. When you say, I like good black people, whoa. You might not be racist, but you are prejudiced. And there's a difference. Nice. Super Nintendo. Chinaman is not the preferred nomenclature, dude. Yeah, I said that on purpose, bro. It's one of my favorite movies. Awesome movie. A movie that you got to watch over and over again to really pick up on everything. Let's go bowling, dude. No shots fired, Don. No shots fired. No shots fired, dude. He had a heart attack. Fucking class, man. Fucking awesome. What the fuck, Walter? What the fuck does this even have to do with Vietnam? Walter is the ultimate boomer in that. You want to talk about a stereotypical fucking boomer? It's fucking Walter's. What was his last name? Solchek or something like that? A fucking Polish name? From the Big Lebowski? Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's a boomer right there. He's losing it. The Hitler victory jig, now this. Yeah, the Hitler victory jig was out of control, wasn't it? You guys ever seen a real Hitler victory jig on the History Channel? When he would do a little dance after they would win a battle? It's fucking sweet. What's a pan face? A pan face is a fucking gook, bro. Hitler was not a vegetarian for ethical reasons. I believe Hitler had what would be considered today irritable bowel syndrome, but they didn't have a name for it back then. Hitler, from what I've read, would basically shit himself if he ate any fat. Classic silent generation is Archie Bunker. Yeah, hell yeah. See, I wish we could go back to the Archie Bunker days when Democrats weren't bad people. Like, they might have just been fucking, you know, bus drivers or fucking auto workers. You know, they were still real people, not these pink-haired, fucking tatted up, fucking overweight lesbians. Fuck. Hitler loved the horse and amphetamines. Yeah, Hitler basically did crystal meth intravenously. Have you ever tried halotestin? Yeah. I wouldn't recommend halotestin. It's not anabolic at all. It's basically just going to make you real pissed off, and want to attempt real heavy weights. So it's good to stack with something very anabolic, so that you can actually build some muscle while you got that halotestin in your system, while you're training on halotestin. Like, halotestin would be a good oral to stack with EQ, because EQ isn't androgenic at all, and halotestin isn't anabolic at all. So that's a marriage made in heaven right there. Halotestin is so liver toxic, I wouldn't get near it because I'm drinking. Hitler was rolling a pookie. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm a boomer, man. I don't know what rolling a pookie is. The German soldiers were on meth at Blitzkriegering. No, that's not necessarily true. But I have heard that they did put testosterone into the food. Nazi dust. Makes me think of that picture of Emma in front of that fucking swastika flag. What's your experience with methyltren? Never seen it, never done it. I heard it's great. It's basically an oral version of Tren, and you only need like trace amounts. And so I guess it's probably a pretty good pre-workout oral to take. Like, I think you would want to take that on an empty stomach before you train. Yeah, the Nazis did a lot of innovative shit. Like, I know a lot of you guys probably know what nitrous oxide is. If you've seen those movies where Vin Diesel calls it NOS, no one in real racing calls it NOS. NOS is a company, that makes those blue bottles, nitrous oxide systems. But nobody that really knows cars ever called it NOS. It's called nitrous, the juice, the squeeze, laughing gas. Nobody called it NOS until that stupid movie. But they recovered some Nazi fucking fighter planes, and when the American engineers started analyzing these planes that they had recovered, they found these fucking tanks, that were feeding gas to the fucking engine. And they later figured out the fucking Nazis were using nitrous oxide on some of their fighter jets. The Americans couldn't explain it because, air gets very thin the higher you go. And they said, they'd be chasing these fucking Nazis on a steep fucking climb, and their engines would start to peter out as they got too high of altitude, and they said the Nazis just would keep fucking climbing. Well, after they downed a few of those fuckers, they found nitrous oxide tanks in them. I wouldn't say everything about the Nazis has been exaggerated, bro. Great example. Any of you guys that somehow think Nazism is cool, they turned on their own people. And I'm not talking about what they did to German Jews. I'm talking about Nazis turned on fellow Nazis. It was called Night of the Long Knives. I don't know the German word for it, but I know the translation is Night of the Long Knives. And that's where basically, I think Himmler, who was the leader of the SS, ordered the murder of all the brown shirts. And the brown shirts were the thugs who had basically been Hitler's muscle during his entire rise to power. But the SS were nervous because the brown shirts were becoming too powerful. Yeah, anybody who thinks Nazis are fucking, they turned on their own people. Germans loved to eat duck. Was the Joy Division a real program in Nazi Germany? I'm not sure. I thought Joy Division was a fucking punk rock band in the 80s. It was called the Rom Purge. I'm assuming Rom was the leader of the brown shirts, the SA. Biggest cycle you've ever ran? I really don't know. I've never really written that shit down. But I've done probably for a couple of weeks, nothing long, because you're talking about just a shit ton of gear, and it's a huge waste of money to do. Like I've never done a gram a tren, but I've probably come close with Deca. And I know I've done over a gram of EQ a week. So I probably have done 3 grams of injectables a week. That's test. Oh, test, Deca, and EQ. Guaranteed I've run 3 grams. Guaranteed. That's a good cycle. Test, Deca, EQ, 3 grams total. That's a great cycle. Yeah, do like, how would I split that up? Probably 1.5 grams of test. A gram of EQ. 0.5 gram of Deca. There you go. That's a great 3 gram a week cycle. 1.5 test, 1.0 EQ, 0.5 Deca. There you go. I cycle 1 gram every night. Jesus Christ. When do you sleep? The Messerschmitt ME-262 is the first jet. Yeah, impressive. Oh, the Nazi scientists were the most brilliant in the world. That's why the CIA and the fucking KGB were just fighting to fucking get those guys out of the goddamn country before the Nuremberg trials. Plenty plenty of fucking Nazis escaped the Nuremberg trials because the Soviets wanted them and the Americans wanted them. That's why the Nuremberg trials are such a farce, because we probably smuggled far worse people back to the United States safely and set them up with in government laboratories and gave them a lifetime pension with a new identity, you know, and then they chose a few people to put on a public trial in Nuremberg, you know. It's a fucking joke. German tanks were kick-ass. I really don't know much about tanks. I thought the Americans had better tanks, but Germans had fucking Rommel, the Desert Fox. I thought the reason the German tanks were so good was strategy, but I could be wrong. No, German had better tanks. Okay. The Panzer, I believe, Panzer tank. And what, the United States was using the Sherman tank? The Russians had great tanks. Ah. German tanks were too expensive. See, you know, that's the cool thing about history is even if you learned something a long time ago, you can relearn it again and find it fascinating all over again. German tanks were diesel. Yeah, it's better for economy. Well, the Germans invented the diesel. What's his name? One of the founders of Mercedes-Benz was invented the diesel. Rudolph Diesel? That wasn't his name. Was it? For real? Rudolph Diesel. Oh my God. That has to be a Genova reference. German tanks were a 2-liter manual automatic with the Bluetooth. Yeah, Vin Diesel invented the German tank. Oh. Russian tanks were diesel. Big Daddy Cool Diesel made all these tanks, bro. Actually, I'm glad you brought up Big Daddy Cool Diesel, because I'm probably, with all this David Rozoff shit going on, I'm probably going to get taken into witness protection program, because Big Daddy Cool Diesel is going to try and snuff me out. McCloud is called out a hit and called in all his former contacts in the John Gotti neighborhood to have me taken out. so I don't testify against the Misfits. No, I'm not doing a bicep shot. Fuck. Panzer II is a beast. Jay, some of your streamers point out their likes and dislikes during a stream. They're very onto the subscribe and ring the bell thing. I don't know what the fuck that means. Who's your least favorite Misfit? I think that's a horrible question, actually, because what makes someone a Misfit is actually the things about them that you might not like or might not be normal. So, you know, the autistic bodybuilder kid, the guy with the distended fucking colon who thinks he's a bodybuilder, the mailman with the tattoos that thinks he's the tough guy. I can go on and on and on, but what makes you a Misfit is things that people actually don't like about you, but they grow to love you because you become a lovable character. That was a brilliant fucking answer, if I have to say so myself. Someone edit that out. Oh, that was perfect. Uncle Crackhead has a case. Harassment. He needs to prove oh, Jesus, Cuban. Are you playing a lawyer now? Dude, you work at a grocery store. No one's going to take legal advice from a grocery store clerk, bro. I mean, I love you to death, but, dude, come on, man. What, you take off your apron from behind the bakery and now you're, and then you go to court? You're a lawyer now? I mean, come on, man. Put your hairnet back on and get back to work. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. That's fucking funny shit right there. Prince Andrew seems normal. How is he not normal? He's a serial killer, laughing out loud. Oh. Andrew has a fucking temper. And he has a real, he can control it, and he does an excellent job of controlling it, but he has a fucking temper. And Andrew holds grudges too. Dude, you fuck over Andrew, you're probably not coming back from that. Whereas there's someone like me, Lenny, or Brad, you know, we can maybe, you know, get over something like that a whole lot quicker than Andrew's going to get over something. Andrew would rather. This is going to be hyperbole, but Andrew would probably. He's like a cat. Andrew would probably rather starve than accept a piece of bread from someone he doesn't like. And I think that's a good thing, you know, but some people might think that's a bad thing. But that's just the way that dude is. He is staunch in his beliefs, and you know, so that maybe that makes him a misfit. And Andrew is also very regimented. I don't think he'll mind me sharing this. Andrew has to eat. He is like a cat. Like on Mondays when we used to, before I went on the road, when we would hang out, Andrew likes to hit the Asian buffet, and they open at 11:30. If you want to have lunch with Andrew on Monday, you need to be in the parking lot at 11:25. If you can't schedule a Monday lunch date at 11:25, he can't do it because he has to be at that buffet before all the other slobs have gotten there and sneezed all over it. He's fucking hilarious, man. I love Prince Andrew. He makes me laugh, and things that aren't even funny, like the buffet thing. Like, you know, I don't know if Brad knows about it. I don't know if Lenny is picked up on it. Something like that, Lenny might not ever notice, but I know Brad and I have joked about it and laughed about it. And Andrew is weird about meals too. Like, oh, what time are we going to do the podcast? You know, hey, I don't really want to wait around till 7. You know, can't we do it at 6:30? Andrew's like, well, I'm having dinner at 6:15. What? What do you mean you're having dinner at 6:15? Yeah, I'm having dinner at 6:15. So, okay. Andrew, that's what makes Andrew a misfit. He's like a fucking Siamese cat that really doesn't care. He gives two fucks. Like, if Andrew was a cat and you dropped over dead, all Andrew is worried about is, well, I'm supposed to get a cup of milk at 3 o'clock. And Andrew would have a straight face, like, well, I get milk at 3 o'clock. It wouldn't be like, oh my God, this person that's taken care of me my whole life just died. Andrew would be like, well, I'm supposed to get a cup of milk at 3 o'clock. That's why Andrew is a virgin. Andrew's not a virgin. That's a great analogy, though, comparing Prince Andrew to a Siamese cat. He gives 0 fucks. 0. Like if you're going to die, if you're going to drop dead, please be, on the way back from the refrigerator with a bottle of milk in your hand. So at least, until someone finds your body, I can be licking up spilled milk on the floor. That is a perfect analogy of Andrew. Oh, that's why Jay, like Andrew, killed loads of hookers. How do you know Andrew killed the hookers? How do you know they're not tied up at his condo right now? How do you know? How do you know Andrew doesn't have a hooker in his guest bedroom in a chemically induced coma that's on life support that he fucks every night? Oh, I don't want to piss off Andrew. I don't think he'll mind because I'm speaking in hyperbole, which is, for those of you who didn't take freshman English in college, like Brad, hyperbole is when you do such an outrageous exaggeration to prove a point that everyone knows you're not being serious. So when I say Andrew has a hooker in a coma in his guest bedroom that he fucks every night, that's hyperbole. I don't actually mean Andrew has a hooker in a coma in his guest bedroom that he fucks every night. Thoughts on Dale's wife filing for divorce? Well, you know what? I think Dale's wife deserves the money back on the flats she bought for their wedding day. Because most women want to get married in heels and look real slutty and have their painted toenails out there for everybody to look at. Like all the bridesmaids go and get their pedicures together and they all got real pretty feet. And they're all their toenails and fingernails are all matching and whatnot. Like Dale's wife had to wear flats to not make Dale look bad at her wedding when they got fixed, when they got hitched, when they were fixing to get hitched. So I think part of the divorce settlement should be Dale's wife should get back the money that she had to waste on buying flats for her marriage, for her hitching day, because women want to be in heels for when they get hitched. Every time you answer a question is hyperbole. Ding, 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 ding. You, son, get an A for the day. And I'm going to put a fucking star on your forehead for you to take home to show your mama. Right. When you speak in hyperbole and sarcasm, you have plausible deniability. Like, you can't take anything I say seriously. Thoughts on being kicked out of the Misfits? I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Because now I'm free to branch out on my own and explore my my sexuality and get young men like you to suck my cock. Walt Liquor. Great name. I'm jealous of your job. Must be cool to drive a rig. Yeah, some days it sucks. Like this morning, I was not into it. But there's times I have a fucking blast. But times you love it, times you fucking hate it. It's like any job. You know, there's days that I have so much fucking fun, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm in a climate controlled cab. I got all my food and snacks. I got Rush Limbaugh on the fucking radio. And I'm like, this is the greatest gig on earth. This isn't work. You know, and they're paying me to do this, to hold on to this. You know, that's when, like, you're like, yeah, they're paying me to be a fucking steering wheel holder. And then there's mornings like today where you fucking hate it. I can't even pronounce your fucking name. RA1 Victory. What? You seem to be in a very good mood today, Jay. Good to see. Yeah, I'm in a good mood.